Thanks for staying with us here on Sunrise. Well, another year, another call for safer school environments and conflict resolution solutions. Well, now the Violence and Conflicts in Schools Town Hall meeting is scheduled for this Wednesday and will bring together educators, parents, students, and community leaders. The focus is to uncover the root causes of school violence and identify the effective prevention strategies. Now, President of the Jamaica Alumni Association of High Schools, Thompson, and Public Relations Officer Carla Myrie join us this morning to share more. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing great, thank you.
When I heard it was Thompson, I'm like, oh, my Thompson, the meteorologist extraordinaire.
The man who them say, if him don't say it, they don't believe it's coming.
If Evan don't say hurricane, I'm moving. I'm moving. Until Evan says so.
Buying a single bully beef.
Yeah, when I see Evan, I know it's serious. I know it's real.
But it is so important. You know, we were having a conversation this morning, and I was saying that when we look at the teaching and learning process, a key stakeholder has to be alumni. The schools that do better are the schools that have strong alumni associations.
That's true.
And schools that are improving are the schools that, if you notice, their alumni associations are stepping up. And so this association is very, very important. So tell us about how it is now that you have come together to try to add your voice to this matter of violence in schools.
You know, this whole matter of violence in schools is something that has to attract your attention if you went to school.
Yes. Because
you see these things happening, you wonder what is happening really in terms of how people are thinking differently. In our schools way back in the day, you know, there's the feeling that you had to follow the rules, you had to make sure that you were on your P's and Q's if a teacher was present. But now teachers being present seem to not even make that much of a big difference because people have come into their own, and you know, we see unfortunately that it has resulted in people just, students just living lives that are chaotic, really, I suppose part of the reflection of our society. But right there in our schools, we are seeing it happening, and in our own schools. So especially when we see something happening and we realize that it's happening in our own school, then it just hits us in the face, and we say, well, there's something that we have to do about this. You know, we went there and it wasn't like this in our time, so let's see how we can make a difference to change it. So unfortunately, it's one of those things that happen with the development of our nation and with...
So talk to me about what form does it take. So how many schools are a part of this, Carla? Like, and how can somebody join to say, okay, I would like my school to be a part of this association, and what steps do you actually take to implement this kind of awareness against violence?
Okay, so at the moment we have 46 alumni associations that are a part of the umbrella body. Membership is open to all alumni associations. It's a simple process. We have a website, jaahs.com, where persons can go on and see information about how one can become a member. This town hall is one of the initiatives that we use to amplify the work that is already been done in some of the associations as it relates to mentorship. And so because this problem is bad and is getting even worse. We think that it is important that we let our voices, the collective voice of the past students' body, be heard, and to also make our contribution towards whatever strategies are put in place to stem this
you know,
situation.
the challenge with school violence is that when I was going to school, you used to hear, oh no, it's the worst set. Every set is the worst set.
Yes, the generation.
When I was going to school, I mean, there was a lot of talk of PALS, Peace and Love in Schools. And there was a lot of, you know, you wear blue, and there was Peace Day. And it was a bigger thing than it is now, suggesting possibly that it was a bigger problem maybe. You heard lots of concerns about school versus school violence leading up to champs and those things. I find that those things aren't present anymore, but there are other challenges.
Right.
I mean, in navigating the real world challenges of today, I don't know if we're honest in saying that we all believe it's getting worse, or, because we have this nostalgia around a better time that never was.
Yeah, I think part of what we have to do is to try to analyze what's happening in the mind of our children. So in this town hall, it's not just going to be the alumni that come together, because we feel there are so many stakeholders that need to be part of engaging the conversation and seeing how we can really identify what the challenges are, and then see what we can do, whether in our, as past student associations or alumni, or the Ministry of Education or some other stakeholder might need to have some role to play in creating a different kind of environment or in helping the students to get past this hurdle. So we'll have a psychologist in the house, I'm a social scientist, who will give us some idea of some of what the research is showing, but we'll also have other organizations that would be present. You know, the Children's Advocate, we're hoping, is going to be in attendance. We'll have even the police in attendance, the Ministry of Education with their safety in schools. We also just want to engage all these other persons who we know have a stake.
But what about the National PTA? Because a big challenge is, you know, you mentioned the parents. So like the presence of the teacher used to mean something, but in many instances it's the parents enabling the child to be belligerent.
Yes, we do have the president of the
National PTA.
Yes.
But Evan, my thing is, people, where will it be held, by the way? Where will they?
It will be at the Footprints Cafe.
Okay.
And this
Where is that located?
This is on Belmont Road,
Okay.
New Kingston. And this will be at 6 o'clock. This is on Wednesday. That's tomorrow, Wednesday. We have it there at Footprints at 6 o'clock. We will also have it live streamed, though. So you may be able to you will be able to find it on our pages as well. It will be streamed to YouTube. And so we'll be able to engage it even if we're not able to make it to the venue ourselves.
Okay, very well.
Sounds good.
Well, I hope that something meaningful will come of this. I do hope that there won't be just talk, there will be implementation, because our children's lives depend on it.
That's right.
We've seen in schools where children are being murdered, killed, maimed, you know what I mean? And we need to stop that. Attacking teachers. It's too much. It's too much. A school should be a safe place where children can go and learn, feel good, and get their education, and not have to feel like they have to dress up in a bulletproof vest and a helmet, right?
Yeah, and some of our students are really victims themselves. They've grown up in a society or a community that really encourages that kind of violent behavior. And so, you know, it's bound to happen in our schools. So what can we do to help to reverse that?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. We're up on the news. Our guest has been Evan Thompson, the president of the Jamaica Alumni Association of High Schools. Carla Myrie is the public relations officer. We throw things over to TK for the news after this.